Hey, you probably know me of my #1 on YouTube video on the keyword autoimmune disease. It's #1 on YouTube, and a lot of people got healed through that. And I guarantee you, I absolutely guarantee you, you will be healed of every autoimmune disease. I will even give you €500 if you're not healed, $500 if you're not healed after 3 to 6 months. And it's really easy. I don't charge anything. I just wanted to bring this information out. I saw so many people that were healed, and the whole time I see more people that are healed from these sicknesses and diseases. So this video, I want to talk about what is it that makes these things. And the most important thing is, this is like 4 major things that you have to do so that your body completely heals itself and you never get this disease ever again, and I promise you won't. The first part is where I put a lot of videos on already, is a plant-based diet. So absolutely no animal fats, not at all. No trans fats, no margarine, no anything like that, any of that sort. The second part is almost no omega-6 oils. The only thing you want to be intaking is omega-3 and omega-3 rich oils. And now watch out, because a lot of stores commercial with omega-3 and there's hardly any in it. So the best one, the absolute best one, is linseed oil. Linseed oil is awesome, and it's going to heal you very quick. And stay away from the omega-6, because omega-6 makes you so inflamed. And don't take like little capsules or something like that with omega-3, because that is not going to help you. You need a lot of it. You have to use it for cooking. You have to get at least the same amount of omega-3 as omega-6. And remember, omega-6 is everywhere in chips and so on. All the fat in chips, because it's sunflower oil, is omega-6. So you have to take at least the same amount of oil in the day in omega-3, so you balance it, because normally a human being should have a 1-to-1 ratio, and most of the people are running around with a 1 to 25 to 27 ratio. So 27 times more omega-6. And this really makes you sick. But the most important thing is the plant-based diet. Like, if you're not doing that, then this is not going to help you so much, and almost not at all. But if you do the plant-based diet, this is the most important key after plant-based diet to really heal yourself and really get into it. And most of the autoimmune people even have a very much higher ratio in omega-6 and almost no at all omega-3. And remember, it's going to take a while, because your fat that is in your body, everybody has body fat, some much, some less. And this body fat is made out of what fat that you were eating. So if you ate a lot of omega-6, this fat that is stored is still omega-6 oils. So the thing is that even if you're taking the omega-3, it takes a while, because the body always uses some fat that is stored. So it's going to take a while till your blood is got a ratio of 1-to-1, even if you're taking a lot of omega-3 and almost no omega-6. And another thing is, and this is very important too, is vitamin D. Go outside and sunbathe. 40% less, in all studies, 40% less outbreaks of autoimmune disease and flares from autoimmune disease after taking vitamin D in a very high dose. Vitamin D is not poisonous. You can take it up to very large quantities, 40,000 units a day, no problem, absolutely no problem, international units that is. and that is going to be very beneficial for you too. Or just go outside, but 2 hours and sunny day, or go sunbathing, or do something like that. But without a plant-based diet, without the omega-3, the most important is the plant-based diet. Without those things, vitamin D is not going to help you too much. It's going to reduce it a little bit, like 40%, but you're still going to have the sickness, and your body is not going to repair. If you go on a plant-based diet, your body is completely going to repair. I promise 100%, 500 euros, $500. I don't charge anything. I just promise I will send it to you if you write me after 6 months. I'm still completely sick and so on, and I bet you're going to write me, I'm completely healed. Because it happened with me, and I was dealing with huge amounts of chronic diseases at once. And they were all gone on a plant-based diet. And these other things. And another thing that you can do, like the vitamin D, awesome, and high dose are sunbathing. And another part that is really good is essential oils with high sesquiterpenes. Sesquiterpenes, they have really good beneficial things that will reset your epigenetics. So your your gene expression, and the immune system works with gene expression too. So resetting your gene expression is going to reset your autoimmune, but it's still not going to work totally well without a plant-based diet, omega-3, and vitamin D. And the most important thing is the plant-based diet, like completely no animal fats, no animal proteins. Like proteins are also, they are so similar to us humans, the animal proteins, that that proteins only get broken down by 15% into amino acids. The rest is always, even in plants and in animal fat, the rest is always long peptides, small peptides, polypeptides, and they act as prohormones. They're almost like hormones. They go around in your body and they mess up everything. And another really awesome thing about the plant-based diet is you do not take any cholesterol intake. And cholesterol is what stresses you. You know that, like, every doctor is going to tell you that they do know that all flares, all autoimmune diseases, every single one is always related to high stress levels. How do you get stress down? Normally, our diet is a plant-based diet. Like, only in the last 100 years, people went crazy and eating all this butter and all this cheese and all this kind of stuff. And everywhere in that, there are cholesterol and also fats that turn into cholesterol really fast. So your body is completely full of cholesterol. What is made out of cholesterol? Steroids. Steroids are always made out of fats, and not any fat, but cholesterol and animal fats, not plant-based fats, and especially only the two major ones is how do you call it in English? Because I'm German, so I have to think. Cortisol, and this cortisol is gonna stress your body as much as it gets, and the cortisol levels go really rapidly down when you're on a plant-based diet. You know why Buddhist monks are so less stressed? It's not so much the meditation. The meditation, yes, they love it, but they would never get there on a not plant-based diet. If they were eating meat, they would not be this not stressed and this calm and this healthy also. They're very, very healthy. Like Shaolin monks are the strongest monks ever in this on this planet, and they always eat a plant-based diet. And another thing that is made out of cholesterol and animal fat, because it's not just the cholesterol, all animal fat is converted very, very fast into cholesterol. Your body has this huge amount of cholesterol, and it's never built to reduce or handle large amount of cholesterol, because normally you build a little bit of cholesterol without the day, and that keeps your hormones, and especially your stress hormones, in balance. That is why plant-based diet people look so much younger, so much healthier, and they are so much healthier. This is the main reason, because they're not stressed. The body is not stressed. And that is why plant-based is the most important. And after that, okay, omega-3 is awesome too. Vitamin D is awesome too. The essential oils are awesome too. And maybe some EPA and DHA, but please not out of fish oil. They're awesome places where you can get it out of plant-based and out of allergy. Good allergies, spirulina has a lot of it, chlorella has a lot of it, but please not out of fish oil, because that is going to make it worse. And the whole Quecksilber in English, mercury, exactly, mercury is going to make it very, very much worse too. So that you don't want to do. You don't want to poison yourself with mercury. And stop eating fish generally. Completely stop eating fish, because the mercury, I did so much research on it, and it's really not good for you. But it's not the reason for your autoimmune disease at all, but it can attribute a little bit to it. And the reason is especially that you're not eating a plant-based diet. And after a plant-based diet, your body is going to detox completely. You're going to look so much younger. Your metabolism is going to go up. You have to eat more when you're on a plant-based diet, like more calories a day, because your body is so fast. Your IQ, in every study, after 3 months, the IQ went up at least 15%. That's huge. That's a Walmart worker against somebody that studied something and is almost a professor. That is the difference between a 15% IQ, and that you will get on a plant-based diet. Every study ever done shows this. If you do eat, you're informed. You know what you're doing, and you take the omega-3s and another thing, if you go on a plant-based diet, is you have to take care of your vitamin B12. Normally you get your vitamin B12 out of drinking normal water, because if you drink normal water out of a lake or something like that, there's enough bacteria in there that died already, and the vitamin B12 doesn't break down easily. It's very, very stable. So the whole water is swimming in vitamin B12. So people used to have absolutely no problems to get vitamin B12. Today, everything is chlorinated. Everything is just full of this chlorine and filtering and all this kind of stuff. So out of a sink or in a water bottle or something like that, you won't get your vitamin B12 anymore. It used to be, even if you bite into an apple, it used to be vitamin B12 on it. Now it's not, because vitamin B12 is only produced by not by animals, not by plants. Nothing can make B12. It's only bacteria, and the bacteria in your gut can also make B12, but don't rely on it. If you're not taking enough fiber in, and you should be on a plant-based diet, you should get enough fiber, but make sure and take a B12 supplement, or take spirulina, or all other kinds of sorts, because they have B12. Spirulina and chlorella allergy has a lot of B12, but you do need this B12. Another thing is the B3. B3 is a counteract to cortisol. And you know how your doctor gives you cortisol? It's only because your body is desensitized to cortisol that you have all this inflamed stuff and that kind of stuff. That is the main reason. So if you have a lot, your body is desensitized to it, and now because your body is producing a lot, because you eat the animal fats, you eat the animal products, and now you take in even more of this, and prednisone or whatever. This is cortisol. This is a chemical-made cortisol. And this is going to have the effect that your body is going to get worse, because it's going to desensitize more to it. And then you know how you desensitize to sugar? It's the same thing. Like if you get diabetes too, but animal fats do contribute a lot to diabetes too. But your body desensitizes to large amounts of sugar, and especially the insulin. So your body will always desensitize to hormones if they're present too much, because it's trying to save you. You're eating so much animal fats that normally you would die, and your body is trying to save you. But the problem is that the body is not capable of total miracles above anything, because that God can only do. But your body is, you do have to take a good food diet. Like, you can't just stuff yourself full and then pray and be like, oh, no problem, and I eat the whole day animal fat and the whole day, and I'm going to be healed. I hear this a lot from Christians, because I go to church a lot, and they're like, oh, God is going to take care of me. I just have to pray. And the problem is they are getting sick the whole time, but they do say that. Yes, I believe that God can heal you. Very, very good. But take care of your body, because God says in the Bible a lot of times that you do have to take care of your own body yourself. It's your own responsibility. And the responsibility to take care of your body. But okay, back to what to do with the body, because a lot of atheists are here too, and I want to make everybody healthy and not just okay. So omega 3, vitamin D, essential oils high on sesquiterpenes, EPA, DHA, but the most important thing is a plant-based diet. And another thing that is made out of animal fat, especially, is norepinephrine. Normally we say adrenaline. And this is also made from animal fats in very high doses, so you're constantly stressed. And I spoke with so many people that have autoimmune diseases, and because I was so often myself in the hospital, and I could talk with all the people that had autoimmune diseases, and now I hang around in hospitals and I talk to people and I tell them this, and then they call me after a couple of weeks, after a couple of months, and say, thank you, Mark, that you completely healed me, or I healed myself. I'm not healing you, you're healing yourself. You just do what is right for your body. Like in other countries, they don't even, if it's a plant-based country with plant-based foods, and they don't have any autoimmune diseases. Like in Turkey, they used to eat like meat once a week because they were very, very poor, and they didn't know Crohn's disease. They didn't know MS. That was only in the last 40 to 50 years. Back there, they had doctors. They had doctors that were studying on universities in Europe and in the U.S. and coming back to there. So they did have they knew what autoimmune diseases were, but they didn't have them. And now Turkey is number one almost in Europe and far Europe that has autoimmune diseases, and they eat meat the whole time, the whole day. They don't eat anything else as meat anymore. They don't eat anything else as dairy products anymore. They only eat this, and they have huge amounts of autoimmune disease. So the only thing is keeping away from all animal fats, all animal proteins also. Going on a plant-based diet. That is going to save your life, save your gut, save your family, save everybody that is around you. Because the most important thing, like my brother already is dead, he died, and for everybody in our family, it was so dramatic. And I loved him so much, and I know today, if I would have gotten him on a plant-based diet, he would still be living at 90 years old. And I didn't know back then. I didn't know for myself. I got hugely sick, hugely sick. And now I'm completely healthy again. I can run almost half marathons again. And before, I had no energy. I was completely worn out. I was completely stressed the whole day. And even if you don't think you're stressed, you are stressed. Go to a massage person, and he's going to tell you your whole back is completely stressed, is completely tight, and so on. And just go to a massage person and ask him, am I stressed? And he will tell you, yes, you're absolutely stressed. And now I go to a massage person, and he tells me, absolutely no, you're not stressed. Your whole body, your whole muscles. You weren't here for 2 months, and I'm checking, and you didn't have any massages. And I said, no, I didn't have any massages. Your body is so soft, and your whole muscles are so soft. There's nothing, no cramp in it, nothing like that. And you're completely stress-free. And I am completely stress-free. Like, I can still get stressed for 2 seconds if a car runs over or something like that, and I have to hop on the side to not get run over or something like that. But I'm so fast now because my whole nervous system is back into normal. My whole body is back into normal. I'm so fast, like almost like I used to do martial arts when I was like a small kid to a kid, and I know what my speed was back then. And my speed now is like 2 or 3 times as what I was when I was a little child. So, and I'm now 30 years old. So it's just awesome on a plant-based diet. No matter what, I would never drink a bottle of milk ever again, because I know I feel so much better now, and I would never go back. That is like eating meat or eating animal proteins and all animal fats and so on. If you're like 3 months or 6 months on an animal-based diet where you have no of this, it's like going to the train station, or like under the train station, and asking somebody, hey, can you give me some heroin, so on. I would never do that, and I would never eat that, because I know it's total poison for me. It's gonna kill me. It's gonna break down my body. It's gonna make me very, very slow. It's gonna make me totally sick, and it's always it's not like you eat it once and tomorrow you're sick. It always is a process. But today, like 80% of Americans, these are studies, 80% of Americans after 30 get sick, get chronic diseases, somehow chronic diseases. If it's fibromyalgia or rashes or on the feet, like smelly feet, Like, since I'm on a plant-based diet, I have absolutely no smelly feet. Everybody says to me, if they smell me, they say, "You smell so good." Just they can smell it. They can smell that I'm really, really healthy. They say my skin looks so good, like a baby again. I used to have really, really bad skin too. Like all these things, like it's not just, you're not just going to heal your whatever autoimmune disease you have right now. You're going to heal your whole body. You're not going to have warts on your feet. I had one little tiny wart always on my foot, and I could do anything. I could go to the doctor, I could get anything, put it on there, and it didn't go away. Since I'm on a plant-based diet, 2 or 3 weeks later, the wart was gone. And because your immune system starts working again and starts doing the right things and not the bad things. Because right now your immune system is really, really bad. Sorry for the word, but fucked up. And you have to repair it. And it has to work properly. It needs the right food and not the wrong food to heal itself. And I always had, like, on my ears, I always had like, it was like a rash, like I don't know how to call it right now in English, but let me explain. It's like it's like paper cuts, and it really, really hurts very, very bad, and it was all around my ears, and they called it then, because they had no idea what it was. They sent me to one expert, to the next, to the next, to the next. Always gave me stuff to put on it, and like creams and all that kind of stuff. And it didn't go away. It just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And after the plant-based diet, that went away again also. It wasn't like totally bad, but I knew, like 2 or 3 years down the road, it's gonna get bad. Like, it always starts a little bit, like with my all other diseases that I had. They all started out like a little bit, and then they got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse till you're the whole time in the hospital. Like I spent like maybe 2 years of my complete life, probably more as 2 years even, I spent only in hospitals, only being examined. And they wanted to operate me. I said, no, I'm going to find out what was wrong with me. And so now I'm completely healed again. And all autoimmune diseases are healed through this way. But your doctor has no idea of dietary. If you do want to find a doctor that knows all this kind of stuff, and there are a lot of them on YouTube, you know what they are? They're all veteran people, like people that like doctors that take care of animals, because these people do have a lot of they know what to feed an animal. They know how to examine an animal and know what kind of food this animal needs. And the basic why an animal gets sick normally is always because it's eating the wrong foods. So a veterinarian knows this, and they're now making a lot of shows or a lot of YouTube speeches on humans, because they realize the human doctors have no idea. They have no clue. They're shooting this and that into the veins of the people and giving this medication, giving that medication. And the veterinarians are, hey, I know all these animals. The human being absolutely needs a plant-based diet, and not fat, and not animal protein. Like that is like I look at the way that the human body is structured, and I know from all these animals, and I know a human being is gonna die on a animal fat based diet, on a animal protein based diet. I know that he's gonna get sick. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 10 years, but he is gonna get sick. And that is the problem why everybody is sick in this country too. In Germany, everybody is sick, and it's the whole time getting worse. I almost know no friend, now that I'm 30 years old, I know almost no friend that doesn't have one problem. And a couple of them have huge problems in medical things. So a plant-based diet is the only way to go to heal yourself. And so you do have to go on a plant-based diet. Check out my other videos. I'm going to show you a lot more what you can do and what nutrition is and what I have learned and little secrets that are going to help you a lot. But this is the main thing. Like if you go on a plant-based diet, you already eliminated 99.9999999% of your sickness. And the only thing that you can do afterwards, if you to what is healthy food, but it's awesome tasting. Like I have no desire of going back on. I walk up by a McDonald's now and I say, oh, my wife cooks so good, so awesome, I would never go into the McDonald's again. I know that I learned now how to cook so good, I would never go into Wendy's or whatever in America, these fast food things, or in Germany, restaurants or something like that. Even Jamie Oliver, like I used to, when I was checking out what to do and so on, I looked at a little bit of Jamie Oliver, and I saw that people that were cooking his food always looked sick, and Jamie Oliver, he does look a little bit more healthy, as maybe the fattest of the fat and the sickest of the sick and the thinnest of the thin are like people that don't look healthy. But he doesn't look healthy himself. He absolutely does not look healthy himself. If you compare him to a vegan, like a good balanced vegan. And on YouTube you find huge amounts of people that are vegans, and even if they are only for a half year a vegan, they look so much better. They have huge energy. Their skin color is so awesome. They look so good. Like for men, don't you want to look good for your wife? For wives, don't you want to look good for your husband? For singles, don't you want to look good for the person that you are going to be so beautiful on a plant-based diet? Like it's crazy to eat something like all this thousands and millions of dollars that women, and trillions of dollars that women spend on all this kind of stuff to make them pretty again, only because they're eating the wrong food and becoming totally unhealthy and looking unhealthy and looking ugly. Like I know a lot of people that, like, with 30 or 40, they start looking really, 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 really ugly. And I knew them when they were like 16 or 18 and they were beautiful. And it's only because they were the whole time eating animal protein, animal fats, and so on. And no, not so on. It's only the animal fats and the animal protein. After you leave that away, you get beautiful again. You get completely beautiful again. The body goes so fast into I get beautiful again mode. And so why do you want to walk around dead sick and ugly? Like, there's no absolutely. But I used to. I used to. I thought that, okay, a human being needs some animal fat and it tastes so good and whatever, and it doesn't taste good. The only thing that tastes good is what you put onto the meat, what you put into the milk, and so on. The stuff on themselves tastes very, very bad. Who's going to eat a raw steak or even a cooked steak without something on it? Like and that what gives the flavor are animal things. And there are so many very, very good, like I make burgers now. I have a German cookbook from one of the most famous cooks that went vegan and healed himself completely of several diseases because before he was a cook and a star cook, like 5-star cook. And now he went on a whole vegan diet, and he makes burgers, and I made them too. I invite people, and they tell me, this is so delicious. This is like the best burger. Are you using meat from a dairy farm, like from an eco-friendly farm or something like that? Because it's so good meat. And I say, no, it's not meat. It's plant protein, and and made very, very good. And I will show you some videos how I do that, and so on. But it's awesome. Like they don't even know the difference. They say it tastes better. Is the meat is I know how to make cheese that is so awesome. It tastes better as any cheese that you can buy, and here we have a store, like a vegan store, where you can buy all this kinds of stuff, like awesome cheese. It's perfect cheese, but it's made not out of animal proteins, not out of animal fats, and it is totally healthy to you. Totally healthy to you. They even use a lot of omega-3s and that kind of stuff because these people know what they're doing. They researched it. Mainly, these people were sick, very, very sick, and got healthy again. So that's the reason why they know so much about these things, and then they start producing foods. They start opening businesses. They start opening shops because they want to heal so many people, and want to because they themselves, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you couldn't buy anything with that was plant-based and was a real alternative. Like you could buy it, but you had to really search and really cook well and so on. Like now, I can even buy complete pizzas that are animal-based with omega-3, not omega-6, and all that kind of stuff, and I can just buy it in a normal store, like in a vegan store, but in a normal store here in our city, and it tastes much better as the normal pizza that I buy from Dr. Oetker and Wagner. These are German companies that make very, very used to, I think, very, very good pizzas, but now they're absolute crap till I found the good stuff. Like, you want to eat the good stuff, not the bad stuff. And yeah, so I will do some cooking shows and that kind of stuff, but go on the plant-based diet, and especially for your family, for your children, for your wife, for your husband, and for your relatives, for your friends, because even if you don't want to do it for yourself, because they are suffering the most if you are sick, even if they don't tell you it, they love you, and they will suffer because you don't go vegan, you don't go on a plant-based diet, you don't go on omega-3, not omega-6, vitamin D, essential oil, and that kind of stuff. But that is not so important as plant-based diet. That is 99.99999% of all you have to do. And then the omega-3 is important very well too, but not so more important as the plant-based diet is the second important. But if you don't do that, then it's a huge problem. And if you do it, then it's absolutely no problem. You're going to heal. You're going to look so young again, so vibrant again. Do you know that all the Hollywood people, all the commercials and all that kind of stuff where you see, where they say, McDonald's looks so good, or KFC looks so good, or something like that, and so on. These people, they're professionals. They're professional actors, and they are, almost all of them are on a complete plant-based diet, are on a semi-plant-based diet, like where they eat almost no meat and dairy and that kind of stuff, because they wouldn't look this way. They wouldn't look that healthy. They couldn't sell you this bullshit if they were doing that. If they were eating plant food, not plant foods and animal products, they wouldn't look this healthy, and they couldn't sell you this shit, because your body, like your subconscious, it's the smartest thing to do. You look for somebody healthy, and you look what this healthy person is doing, and you normally you think that everybody is authentic, because that used to be like nobody was telling you the one thing and doing the other thing in your community. Like if he said he's not eating animal products, he's not eating animal products. Today, they are not eating animal products, but they're telling you, yes, the animal products are so delicious. Every time in commercials, oh, I cook for my family this and that, and so awesome, and it tastes so good. But the person that is telling you this, the person that you are looking at, that is so beautiful and so vibrant and so healthy, does not do this. He's only telling you it because he gets $10,000, 10,000 euros for it. He's not doing it because he wouldn't be healthy, and he wouldn't get a job if he was doing it. If he was on animal fats, he wouldn't get a job as a model. She wouldn't get a job as a model. The whole models, all of them, look at YouTube, look through them. They all say the same. They are on a plant-based diet. They call it a animal fat-free diet, or they call it a plant-based diet. Normally it's vegan. It's veganism. But vegan sounds so extreme. But what's extreme is going to the hospital, getting operated on, getting body parts taken out, getting your liver transplant, getting your lung transplant, dying because you didn't change your food. You didn't change your food to a plant-based diet. That is extreme. Not eating healthy, good, plant-based food. And everybody loves plant-based food. Like everybody, every kid, everybody loves spaghetti, loves the other stuff like potatoes. That is the word that I'm looking for. Potatoes, cooked potatoes, baked potatoes. This kind of stuff is not going to kill you if you use the right fats and don't use margarine. Or even if you use some oils that are plant, like coconut oil, you want to stay away from because it does the same. Coconut oil does the same, and palm fat does the same. Like all hardened are trans fatty acids. They do the same. So you want to stay away from these two. But they are definitely not so bad as animal products. Like I would rather eat 200 coconuts or 200 coconut oil beverages as just eating one steak now, because I did try it. I did try to eat one egg again. Like after 3 months or 6 months, if you do try to eat one egg again, and you were the whole time on a plant-based diet, you will notice that 3 days in a row from one egg, you won't feel that good anymore. Just from one egg. Just from one single egg, you're not going to feel so well anymore. And everybody that is on a plant-based diet tells me this. I ate one time in a restaurant or something like that. I ate again not plant-based diet, like animal fats, just butter on my bread or something, and I felt so terrible after that. And a couple of days, I felt very, very terrible after that. And okay, now another good thing. Another good thing is drinking teas, all kinds of teas. Buy all kinds of teas. And the tea, like the green tea, especially the green tea, or maca, the green tea that is already in a powder form. This is really, really awesome to accelerate healing you, because and you want to use because green tea is going to calm you down. Yes, there is tein in it. It's not actually caffeine. It's a different chemical structure, and it does react a little bit different. But there is tein in it. It's an amino acid that calms down your whole brain, and it calms down your adrenal glands too, and it calms down your whole hormone system. So you come into balance again. And so this is going to really, really quicken you. So when I started, I was drinking the whole time tea. Like I threw in 20 or 40 tea bags into 1.5 liter can, and then filled it with hot water, put it in the fridge for a day, and then drank that the whole time. And another thing is the pharmaceutical teas. Like, this is tea, but it's always in a bag that has the essential oils of the plant still in it, because essential oils are so healing. They were used the whole time in the Bible, and today everybody knows, like the whole scientists now know, that essential oils are so awesome to heal body parts and to heal cells and bring nutrients into the cells and this kind of stuff. So you don't want to use tea that was completely extracted and dried till it's completely almost powder. You want the pharmaceutical teas, like those that you get, that in Germany it says pharmaceutical grade on the tea, and this has the essential oils in it. It's law in Germany that it has to have the essential oils of the plant still in it, or they dry it and then they put essential oils of this plant back into the tea, and then they pack it. Because teas that don't have the essential oils are basically waste. They don't work as well anymore. You can use them too, and they're great too, but the pharmaceutical grades, or I don't know how you call it in America or in England or in Australia or something like that, and even probably in China or something, because a lot of people listen to me too, and they are in the other country, or Spain or something, and everybody in this planet knows English now, so awesome. And then if you use those, and then especially look at teas that clean up your gut, clean up your organs and that kind of stuff, like liver tea and kidney tea and that kind of stuff, and drink a lot of water, because that is going to take you from maybe 3 months healing to 3 weeks healing. That is going to really speed up the process even more. But everything like that is not going to help if you're not on a plant-based diet. You can drink as much tea as you want. You're not going to completely reverse and get healthier as you were before, when you didn't even have this disease. That is how healthy you're going to get. You're going to get like 10 times more healthy as you were before. And for those that do read Bible and that kind of stuff, Daniel said, on a plant-based diet, you do get 10 times healthier, you do get 10 times stronger, and you get as smart as the smartest scholars and Sterndeuter, what is it in English? Sky viewers, are astronomers at that time. So you're going to get very smart too. And that is what Daniel said. He refused to take the food of the king, what was meat, and he said, only give me vegetables, only give my friends vegetables, and look after 10 days how good I'm going to look. And even if you don't believe in Bible and God and so on, this actually does work. Like, this is not some pseudo whatever. Like, it actually works. If you look up Daniel fasting, the people after 10 days look so much vibrant, so much healthier again, and so on. So and then the Nebuchadnezzar, when he came back after 3 years, everybody was 10 times stronger. The soldiers were 10 times stronger and 10 times more vibrant. But in some translations, we looked it up in one translation in German, and it wasn't in there. And in the other translation, in a good Bible that is much thicker, it is in there. So check on, if you want to check it up, check on the right Bible, because some just shorten it. And but in the old Hebrew text, it's a really, really long explanation how they got well and that kind of stuff. And then I told this in church. I said, like, hey, if you go on a plant-based diet, you're 10 times stronger. And everybody said, like, yeah, you can't take that seriously. And I mean, they're Christians, but they don't take their Bible seriously. Okay. And you can't take that seriously, and it's metaphorical, and so on, and you're not going to get 10 times healthier, and so on. And I mean, they know me. They know now that I look very, very good and very healthy, and now they're all like writing me and speaking to me, hey, but only in secret. Hey, how did you do that? I have to go on plant-based diet. That's good because I do have this illness, but they don't really talk about it in open, because it's always like we have a couple of vegans in our church, and the not vegans are always fighting them. They should shut up, and Christ was not a vegan, and so on. And there is research for it, and there are some people that just don't want to listen to it and just say, hey, he wasn't a vegan, or I don't really yet now want to convince you one or other or something like that. I mean, you're gonna get healthy again, and that is the most important thing. And prayer does work a lot, but you do have to keep on, because I watched a lot of preachers in the U.S. that were preaching a plant-based diet. They said in Eden we were created as a plant-based diet, and so on, and they're telling how healthy. One guy, he's a preacher, and with 40 he got cancer, and the doctor said, you are going to die in 3 months. There's no chance this cancer is going to go away. And he said no. He prayed and prayed and prayed, and he found this of Daniel saying that, and he was like, thanks God, thanks for showing me this in my own Bible, and I'm going to do that. And since then he's still living. He's still now 60 years old, or almost 60 years old, and he looks like he's 30. And he's so healthy, and he's so vibrant, and he's speaking to the people and trying to bring this out, and going into church and church and church and church, and trying to bring people to a plant-based diet, because it is healthy. I mean, if you love other people, and that is the most criteria of being a Christian, is loving other people, then you do want to bring them on a plant-based diet, and you do want to bring them to be healthy, because you love them, so you want to make them well, and you want to make yourself well. Like, you should love yourself, and you should love others, and you want to make them well. You want to make them healthy, even if they fight back and say, I'm so addicted to my meat, I'm so addicted to my to my dairy products, to my eggs. You just go on their nerves till they stop, till they go around and get healthy again. Because you know down the road, if you have a wife or if you have a husband, you know that he or she is going to die like 30 or 40 years before his time, and he's not going to be that healthy and so on, only because he's eating the not plant-based diet. So you do want to make sure that everybody is eating a plant-based diet, because it's the most healthy. And I want to talk about somewhat about animals too, because I saw a lot of veterinary doctors, like animal doctors, and they all say, hey, in zoos we do feed even lions, even other predator animals that are known as predator animals. We do feed them only soy protein and other proteins like rice protein and so on. It's filtered out of rice and other things, and we pack it with good oils and so on. And you know why they do it? Because they pay $10,000, $20,000 to buy this lion, because lions are very expensive. Some even cost $100,000 or $200,000 or euros to buy them. And this animal is going to get sick, and it's going to die, half of his life. He's going to live twice as long and twice as fertility. He or she is going to get babies a lot longer and a lot more and a lot healthier if they put it on a plant-based diet. So it's only logical to put animals in a zoo on a plant-based diet. And almost all zoos now do it. At least they give them fish. And if they don't give them fish, they do, and almost all of them now do that. They give them plant-based. Our cat food only has like 3% meat in it, and it's only to put it on the package because nobody brainwashed people today would buy a cat food that is vegan. So they put on it 3% meat in it. But the rest is completely vegan. The rest is only animal products, not animal products. It's plant-based diet for cats, and the cats are a lot more healthy. They're a lot more vibrant. They have a lot more energy. They're a lot friendlier. All this kind of stuff. It's very beneficial, and they wouldn't sell anything, and it's cheaper. But it's not so much if it's cheaper. It's more about the animal lives longer, because they do test all of these good cat foods. I know in Germany there's Stiftung Warentest, like in English, I don't know. It's like a government testing agency, like a half government agent testing thing, and they test animal foods, and they do test if the animal is healthy after this food. So they give it the food, and they look if the animal is healthy and how long the animal lives. And if the animal dies prematurely, and they don't give their okay to put a very good or a good certificate on the package. So all of these where they have the very good or good are always plant-based, and they know this. Veterinaries, they all know this. If you ask a veterinary, even if he himself is addicted to meat or to dairy and can't stop it or something like that, or he knows that animals, if you give a cat the whole time meat, he's going to die prematurely. And all the veterinaries that I know do themselves. They almost eat no meat. Like they eat maybe once a week or something like that meat, and not more. Like they do know this, and they all do know this. A normal doctor doesn't know it because he has exactly one day, only 6 to 8 hours nutrition in his whole complete study. Like he's learning all the sicknesses and all this medicine and all this stuff and so on, but he's not a dietarianist. Like he has no idea about what is food and how it acts in the body and so on. They don't get trained of this, even professors in medicine. But if you do look at Stanford University, because I am studying naturopathic medicine. And in functional medicine, it's a direction of naturopathic medicine, and I'm very curious about functional medicine, and I'm studying this now for quite a while, and almost like 2 or 3 years now, and 2.5 I think is exactly when I got member of that, and when I'm what do I want to say about that? Wait. Yes, if you study that, it's still a little bit complicated. Not all of these people know this. Like they try to treat you with all kinds of Chinese herbs and all this kind of stuff, and but if you don't do the basics, then you can eat all the Chinese herbs in the world that are only gonna benefit you, but they're not gonna completely heal you. Like, that is the most important thing, is the plant-based diet and the omega-3s and so on, and then you can take the Chinese herbs. I will do a show on Chinese herbs too, because there are some that are very, very beneficial for this, and for this disease and for other diseases, especially for autoimmune disease, that take down your adrenal glands even more, so they don't produce as much, and this is gonna help you even heal even faster. Like, you're now we're not talking about a couple of weeks, but maybe 10 days, maybe 20 days, and you're gonna feel so good and so balanced and so healthy again. So it's gonna go a lot quicker with that even. But that is a other day and other topic, because I have to make a sheet where I write down everything that I researched and everything, so that I can talk about it. And this video is now already pretty much long, so please subscribe, and please put this video, share it, and especially go down and press I like this video, because you're only helping and benefiting other people to listen to it and so on, because it goes higher on YouTube, and other people can listen to it, and you are then tributing to other people's health, what is the best, the most important, because yeah, that benefits me too. Like, I can't put a price on people that are happy and they feel well again, and because I have a wife, I have a kid. I can't be dying in 10 years of my diseases, and I don't have them anymore. I'm disease free, completely disease free. They are never going to come back again. I know that. Like, I saw so many people that did the same, and they were all healed. And me, I know, I feel my body, and I know I'm so healthy. Nothing is going to get me out of this balance again. Like, I would seriously, even if I would go back onto a meat diet, it would take years and years till I would get sick again, because my body completely reversed and healed again. So I could do like 5 years again on eating a not plant-based diet, and I would still not get sick again. But I would never do it, because I would feel not good at anymore. I would start, and then it's slow process. Like, you eat today an egg, and you eat tomorrow an egg, and somewhere down the road, you're not going to look healthy anymore. You're not going to look vibrant anymore. And yeah, so please subscribe. Please hit that button down there that says like this video, and please share it on Facebook or something like that. Send it to friends that have any kind of disease, and because I'm working on a lot of other diseases too, and I know that exactly this concept, but a little bit modified with some other helpers, but the plant-based diet is always in there, is going to heal all kinds of diseases. Like, there are 900 diseases, and these 900 diseases, pre-reviewed studies show that vegans don't get it. Like, informed vegans. You're a vegan too if you just eat stones the whole day. Like, an informed vegan that knows what he's doing and knows what he's eating, and people like that don't get all these diseases. And if a person does and goes on to this diet, it always reverses. Not one case where it didn't. And so it won't with you, because it won't. It just won't. I guarantee it. I will give you $500. $500 if you do a video documentation about what you're eating, and after 3 to 6 months you're not healed. I will give you $500, 500 euros, whatever your currency is, something that is equal to $500. I will give it to you, because I'm so sure that you won't. Like there's no possibility if you're eating right that you don't. I just hope that pharmaceutical companies are not going to pay somebody to do a video documentation and show all this bullshit, because I bet they would. Like they do so much bad things, and some companies, other companies, they do benefit people and so on. So I'm not totally against doctors. I'm not totally against pharmaceutical companies, because if I didn't have the cortisol and I didn't know all of this, I would have died on my sicknesses, on my diseases, if I wouldn't have had the medication back then. But it's acute. Like once you have the sickness, you take the medicine for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, and then you start going onto a good diet that makes you healthy again. And if you're informed before, normally as a little child, you should be on a good diet that is plant-based and no animals, and there's nothing in meat that you don't get from an informed plant-based diet. Like if you know what you're doing. Like if you don't know it, if you go like, I just don't want to eat meat anymore, and so I have no idea what vitamin B12 is and what so forth. You're gonna get some problems. You're still gonna be a lot more healthy as before, but you don't want a deficiency. And just taking one vitamin, like where you have all vitamins, besides only the one vitamin that you don't want to take too much is the vitamin E, because and especially it's so funny because vitamin E is everywhere in everything. They put vitamin E in milk, they put vitamin E in oils, they put vitamin E everywhere in every food as a preservative. But this is the only vitamin that you do not want to take too much. So that is so weird that they have all these vitamins that are absolutely beneficial to you, and the only one that is bad, and where they're talking about it in the TV too, and vitamin E, and you don't want to take vitamin pills. They don't say what vitamin it is. It's only the vitamin E, but they always go like, you don't want to take vitamin pills because we found out they're not beneficial. It's the vitamin E, and it's everywhere in every oil, everything that you buy. It's always vitamin E, and they call it different sometimes, but it's always vitamin E, and in very high dosage. It's like 2,000 times the dosage of a person in one day that they put into this stuff to preserve it. So you can take a vitamin pill every day, and you're sure that you have everything, and then there's absolutely no reason to eat animal products. Like no at all. Not at all. And you can do it without the vitamin pills. And if I talk so much, my throat gets a little bit and I don't have anything to drink here. I started the video without anything to drink, so my throat is a little bit. But you do get everything from plants too. You just have to know what plant has it. But like especially the B12, like what foods have it. And it's everything, fermented stuff, like fermented yogurts or something like that. Because there are vegan yogurts that are very, very delicious. They're awesome. They're just made out of plant protein. It's the same process. They're just not made out of dairy, and they taste very much better. Just check it out. Go to a shop where you can buy this, and it tastes beautiful. It tastes so good. Just buy from the right brand, because there are some brands that don't taste so well, but they do taste better as milk, but they're not so perfect as the really, really good brands. and try that out. But these are bacteria, and all bacteria produce large amounts of B12. So if you have anything fermented or anything like that, you do get B12 too. Always still be on the safe side. You can't overdose on B12. Like, you can take huge amounts, like 10,000 times the daily recommendation. They did studies on this. They did actually do this to animals and to humans, and they went so high because they wanted to figure out if it's absolutely safe. And yes, it is absolutely safe. They wanted to figure it out because vitamin B12 can be used for different processing in food and that kind of stuff, and there they have to use high dosages, and they don't have to label it on the package. So some foods are very high in B12 and it's not on the package. You have no idea because they're using the B12 for food processing. So they did these studies, and it's absolutely safe to take large amounts of it. So, and vitamin B3, I would just take a vitamin supplement that has all the B vitamins in it. And if you want to be on the safe side, and it's all B vitamins are not going to harm you. Definitely not going to harm you. All studies only show beneficial things to it, and even in high dosages, it only shows beneficial things to the human, but not anything bad of it. Not any B vitamin. So I would take a B vitamin supplement, and not the whole vitamin pill where you even have more vitamin E in it. And I will do some more videos on that too. So I think this is like a basics on how to, and I will do some videos again where I'm filming with the camera, and I just ordered me for almost 2,000 euros. I ordered me a camera that because a friend of mine, he's helping me now to do these videos and so on, and he's gonna get the camera, like it's his camera, but he's gonna use it with me to do some documentaries that I'm gonna do with him. And so I think we're going to do a lot of videos on plant-based foods and healing people and testimonials of people and so on, and we're going to do that. And I don't know if in this channel or in a different channel, but if it is in a different channel, I will put up some links. And check out my Facebook page that is below, because there you will get a stream of everyday new data and new videos and so on that you can watch. And my other links, like I will put a lot of data on all kinds of on Facebook and on YouTube and in the descriptions of the videos and so on. So always check out all this so you stay really good informed. And I'm making better videos every day. Like I'm making the sound better. I have a new program to make really good animations and so on, so I'm going to start with that and do a lot more so that I can bring it out and it's in a nice viewable form where it's like you're watching an awesome movie or awesome documentation, like on History Channel or on a documentary channel. And this kind of way, because I want to bring out this information to so many people as possible so we start getting healthy again. And another thing is the economy is going so bad because all Americans, all Europeans are so sick that they can't work anymore. That is one of the main reasons that our economy is so down, just that they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about this epidemic that is really, really killing and hurting so many families, so many communities, and they just don't want to talk about it. They say, oh, it's that and this and banks and whatever, but the true problem is the people are just so worn out and so starting to get really, really sick. But what keeps the economy is the food and the drug industry. That is the most profitable markets in Europe and in America. So they do want to keep that. So they won't promote too much of being healthy and what a normal human diet should look like. So they will try to force you and commercial you into abusing your body with bad foods, and especially with animal foods. And another thing that I really realized is I'm so much more loving and so much more more in tune with my body. And I think, like, for an atheist, maybe this sounds weird, but with my spirit. And I understand why Buddhist monks definitely do not eat meat. I do understand why Christian monks do not eat meat, and if they do, they only do it some maybe once a week or a month or something like that. But a lot of Christian monks are vegan. They do say we do not want to eat animal products. And I know why these people are so calm and so loving. And if you look into their eyes, there's so much love and in it, because even you have a heart, you have a heart gland, and in German Thymusdrüse, it's like a gland that sits right in front of your heart, and this gland normally, like with 15 to 20 years old in our Western diet, and this gland stops working. And the scientists are used to say, oh, it's not important, it's only important for people that are growing up, like childs and so on. And especially that's why childs are so loving and so and because this gland makes these hormones that make love and all this compassion and so on. And I believe in a divine creator, and I believe that we're not completely only spirit. I believe we're body too, and if the body is not right, if this gland is broken and not working, because in plant-based diet civilizations on this planet, this gland is working with 70, 80 years old, like in an infant. So there's no it shouldn't break down. It should be still there. It should be still active and working and so on. And I think that is one of the basic things why our civilization here, the Western world, is so cold-hearted, hard-heartedness. And that is what in the Bible says, that is what leads to sin. Sin is cold-heartedness, like hard-heartedness. That is what is said in the Bible so many times. And these are people that just knew. They figured out what is the problem with people and so on. And I believe in a divine order, and that it is from God. But even if you're an atheist, I don't want to argue on this, and I don't want to keep you from being healthy on a plant-based diet only because I believe and you don't, and so on, because it's going to benefit you so much too. So, but even like Buddhist monks or something like that, they are so friendly, they are so loving and so on, because they're on a plant-based diet, especially. Like, not so much because they meditate. They meditate because they're on a plant-based diet and so loving, and then they wanna go internally, and they're in peace. And if you're in peace, you like to dream, and you like to close your eyes and start dreaming. And when I do this now, I see all this beautiful pictures and all this beautiful, magnificent internal world that I didn't have when I was on animal products. Like, I didn't have that. I couldn't relax. I couldn't. I even didn't dream too well. And now it's completely the opposite. Like, I'm so relaxed. I'm so nice in tune with myself, and so loving inside, and have the spiritual insight into me because I'm on a plant-based diet. So the thing is, if you want to go into a spiritual place, like and be a spiritual person, in no matter what religion, I believe mostly and for all in Christianity, but if you want to go into the other direction or something like that, and maybe come back later to Christianity or something like that, what I did too, and I looked at other people, because I loved the Buddhist monks because they were always so happy and they were always so calm. So I thought they were the main. I thought they were like more divine as even Christians that I knew, because they were not always loving and not always kind and not always in peace. So I thought, like, how can that fit to what the teachings of Christ are? And if you listen to them, if you listen to all this, what Christ brings over, it's all loving and peace and all this kind of stuff. So I believe deeply in my heart that he had to be at least 99% vegan, because just that his body, because he was in a body, so his body was have to work in a divine order and not in a grumbling demonic order of eating meat the whole day and eating dairy products the whole day, because that is how I felt when I was not on a vegan diet. I felt like I wasn't too terribly bad. I was like normal, like normal people walking around here. Other friends of me that say, hey, shut up, leave me alone with your plant-based diet, I'm not going to get sick. And that a person told me 2 years ago, and now he's calling me, hey, I was in the hospital, I'm really sick now, and please help me. So and I said, see, I told you so. You're now healthy. I thought I was healthy before I got my diseases, and one day before I was in the hospital with my disease, because it came in one day to the other, I thought I was completely healthy. I thought I was completely healthy till I'm 80 years old. That's just a human way of perception, that you think I want to stay like nothing is going to happen to me. Like, I can do whatever I want. It's not going to happen to me. And then one day, like, it does happen. And maybe tomorrow even. For me, it was tomorrow. The next day, I was feeling really, really bad and would have died on it. I would have seriously died on it. And I completely turned it around. And I see so many people doing the same thing. So this is a really, really awesome possibility for people, for our Western world, for our Christian world, to become healthy again, to become loving again too, because the animal products did not make you loving. It's not so much that maybe that the farming and the butchering and so on. I think that is terrible now too. I used to not, but now that I am a vegan, raw food, plant-based diet person, now I do have the heart and the insight that I do feel with these creatures, with these beings. I used to not. I used to be completely cold. Like maybe I thought sometimes, okay, it's not right. Sometimes as a kid, like if you ask a class like that is 10 years old, everybody in this class, like in ethics or something like that, and we have a class in Germany that is called ethics, and it's once a week in every school, and they always have this, is it right to kill and eat animals? They always bring up this thing because it's controversial. And every 10-year-old in the whole class, I was in a class and they did it, and I watched a lot of studies about it, and every kid says, actually, it's wrong. But my parents do it, and I ate it, and so I guess it's right, but deep inside of me, I do feel it's wrong. And if you go inside, you will figure that out, but only if you're on a vegan diet, because then your heart opens again, and your your heart gland starts to work again, and you can feel again these feelings that were the whole time suppressed. Like, but that's only a side note. Like, the basic thing is making you healthy again, and making your diseases go away, and so on. And but I think not being stressed anymore, being in a more loving place where you're not stressed, because stress is always keeping you away from harmony in life. So if you're the whole time stressed, it's the opposite of harmony. And if you're more in harmony, then it's nicer to live. It's nicer to be in harmony. So that's just a side note that you can think about or not think about, or just think about your health. And that is the most important, because I seriously do love other people. I love the people in my church. I do love my friends. I do love my parents. I do love my family. I do love my brother totally, and he died already, and only because he didn't do this and got the diseases and died. And I wish for you and for other people that they don't have to do this. They don't have to die. They don't have to let their kids down, and growing up without a parent, families not being together, and so on, only because you have maybe a food addiction. Or it's not so much the addiction, like it's more like you're uninformed what is right, what is good for your body. You're uninformed that you are actually a plant-based diet eater. Like, that is the healthy state of a human being. And all other things, like, yes, we can digest animal food, and if we have a very, very long winter, like 300 years ago, almost half of Europe almost died because they didn't have enough food. The fields were, because it was like a mini ice age, and the people didn't have enough food. So then I definitely would recommend eating some animal products or something like that, because it's better the cow gives milk as you dying. Like, that is always better. But it's not, if you do this for a long time and it's only a survival strategy, if you do this over a long time, you're going to break down your body. You're going to kill yourself only by food. And it doesn't have to be this way. And I thought at first that it's going to be terrible. I thought, like, I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to do. I have no clue how I'm going to stay away from animal products, because I knew the research. I checked it. I was studying naturopathic medicine. I was looking at all this reviewed from colleges all over the world, studies and medical research, medical data that was all showing me why I am sick. But I had no clue how to avoid animal food. And so, but it's very, very easy. Like 3 days later, when I started, 3 days later, I just got into the information, and 3 days later, I had absolutely no problem. I knew in the supermarket what to buy, and it was so awesome and so tasty and delicious and everything. And if you do feel, oh, I don't feel that energized because I'm not eating animal products, because your body does need to start producing own hormones again, and own cholesterol again, because your body tries to protect itself and shuts down all production of good hormones and cholesterol, because it's trying to protect itself from all this excess cholesterol and meat fats that are directly produced to cholesterol in the body. When it hits the body can't stop it. It just happens because it's enzymes that transfer it, and the enzymes can't be stopped by the body. So you're producing it the whole time. The body can only stop producing out of omega-3. It starts producing these things too. But yes, that is like, it's just that is the reason why the first maybe week it's a little bit hard to not eat an egg or something like that. It goes away after a week. After a week you're going to feel so much better, so much awesome, and you do need a lot more calories because your metabolism goes up. Think about it, like your brain power goes up, 15% more increased IQ. That means that your brain needs a lot more power. Your immune system, your white blood cells go up at least 10 times as much white blood cells go up at least 10 times as much. This is always if you go on a vegan diet, because your body starts to heal and heal and heal. Your protein synthesis in your cells goes up immense, and that does take a lot of energy. So you do have to eat a lot more to be a vegan and or to be on a plant-based diet, as with animal products that slow down your metabolism, that slow down your whole body, and you feel sluggish and you can't move, and you would never go running after in the afternoon because you're so tired, and after work you don't want to move, and you're just like feet up, TV on. Now I'm like, if I come home from work or from doing something, I want to run again. I want to go out and run at least like 1 hour, just running around in the forest here nearby, because I have so much energy that I have to that I love to run now. And I used to hate running. I used to hate any exercise as a young kid and so on. And as a young adult, I was paragliding, I was mountain climbing, I was doing all kinds of sports, scuba diving and so on, and my mom always encouraged me in that. And then through my diet, like, your body starts breaking down, and I couldn't move anymore. I was so paralyzed, and I could just barely work 8 hours, and was so stressed out afterwards. And and that was till I started on the plant-based diet. And now I really feel like I'm 20 years old again, maybe even 15 years old, just from my body energy, how I'm moving, how I'm thinking, like so much more creativity, so much more energy, so much more intelligence too. Like, I don't want to be a smart ass or something like that. Like, it's just a product. I would be as stupid as something, because 2 years or 3 years ago when I started, it took me forever to research. It took me forever to figure out something. It took me forever to think about something, to do something. I was totally stupid back then. And now I'm starting to get smart again. I'm starting to be creative again, starting to live again, starting to like, now if I talk with people in German, English is not my main language. I don't speak English well, but if I'm in Germany and I speak with people, and they are like professors or something like that. We do have some in our church, and and if I speak with them, they're like, the mouth goes open. And are with other people, with doctors and so on. I know so much words. I know all this, how the body works and all that kind of stuff, that they listen to me, not I to them. They're like, wow, there's so much information, there's so much knowledge in this person. And 2 years, 3 years ago, I had nothing of that. I was a completely different person 2 or 3 years ago. I was totally stupid. And so I hope that you, like me back then, had a little bit of intelligence to search for the right answer, how to get to that state that I am now, and a lot of plant-based diet people are right now. And I hope you figure that out, and then you will get as smart as me. You will get as healthy as me. You will get as vibrant as me. As my wife tells me the whole time how beautiful my skin is, how beautiful my eyes is. I used to have eye rings, like black eye rings. And I don't have that anymore. My eyes are like really vibrant, and I know I don't look totally healthy like some veganists or some plant-based diet people, but imagine where I was coming from. I was like so sick that I would have died. So it will take me maybe a half year, maybe a year, even more, till I get that healthy as plant-based diet people that had never a sickness and was plant-based diet from birth. And I wanted to tell you, because some scientists, if you go to a doctor, they will tell you, hey, we need some like uninformed people. They will tell you, we need some animal things, and your brain is not going to work so well if you don't have animal products or something like that. Einstein was a vegan. He was the most smartest person on this planet for scientists. Like every scientist is like, Einstein was awesome. I wish I was like Einstein. Einstein was a complete vegan. He called himself vegetarian, but back then they had no idea what vegan was. The word was not founded yet. So a full vegan was a full vegetarian was a vegan today. So now we call them vegans. Back then they were full vegetarians. Einstein was a full vegetarian, a vegan. He even said it's the most beneficial for the whole planet, for intelligence, for health and well-being. And he was a scientist for physics, but he knew also that a plant-based diet is the best for everybody to get smart. That is what he knew. A lot of Nobel Prize persons, if you type it into Google, I can't say everybody right now, like all names, but you always find the quotes that a plant-based diet is good. And that is what made them achieve this intelligence to get the Nobel Prize, to get these kind of things. They knew this. And so be smart, and or try to be smart and be vegan, and you will become smart again. And I'm no different as anybody else. I was damn stupid. I was really damn stupid. Like very, very stupid, and got more stupid every year. And now the intelligence goes up so much after a plant-based diet. And there are a lot more benefits, and I will account them all in different videos, and put different labels onto the videos so that you know, oh, he's talking about this and he's talking about that right now, and so on, because it's such a broad spectrum of everything that you can do. But okay, now I'm almost at 1 hour, so I will stop the video, or stop the recording right now. And yeah, so definitely subscribe to my channel. Please share this video. Please help other people. Please just bring the information that I just told you to other people. Do own YouTube videos maybe, and bring it to other people. And just try to make this planet healthy again. Like the planet, some people in this planet, like the weird thing is the US and Europe are are very, very behind on healthy people on this planet. And we do have the most advanced science, and we spend so much money on pharmaceuticals and hospitals and all this kind of stuff, and the people are totally unhealthy. Like, people in the poorest places of the earth have a 20 to 30 years longer life expectancy as we Westerners. And they don't have any education, they don't have any of our good food, whatever that is. They don't eat animal products because that would be so expensive. Like maybe once a year or something like that, they do eat something and so on. And people that do immigrate to Europe, to America from these countries, they don't want to eat the animal products, and they are still healthy in this country. So it's not so much anything else. It's not like the pollution or something like that. Like, yes, I don't like pollution, but it's not the main reason why you're sick. It's not the chemicals that much that made you sick. It's that they do not eat animal products, and even if they come into our country and immigrate, they won't eat it, and their children will still not eat it that much, and their grandchildren, they start in our diet and they're sick right away. And even they are even way more sick as we, because they're not used to it. There is epigenetics, so you do transfer not your genes, but your gene expression to your child. So if you ate a totally crappy diet, your child is somehow equipped to somehow handle it, but on the other part, not, because he or she is already going to have a lot of major problems from the epigenetics that is not beneficial to him and she. I will do a lecture on that where they tried it on cats and on mice. The epigenetics, they fed them with animal products, and they showed how in the third or fourth generation they couldn't even reproduce anymore. And that is exactly what we have in our Western world right now. The people cannot reproduce anymore. There are so many infertile men under us that can't even get a hard-on. Like they can't even, you know what I mean? Like they can't reproduce. They can't have children. They do have to adopt, or they have to go to a medical procedure with $100,000 to get some egg implanted, or some you know what I mean? Like they cannot make, wife and husband cannot make a baby anymore in this country, and it's getting worse and worse every year. Like right now, it's 30 to 40% of people that have major problems of making a baby. And this baby that does come out of that, your sperm was not good. The women's eggs were not good because they were intoxicated with animal fats and the wastes and all this kinds of stuff that contributes to that. So the kid is not going to be so well equipped for this world anyway. And then you give the child even all this crappy food. It's terrible. Like all this, not crappy food. It's even if you buy meat, the deluxe for $20 a kilogram on totally perfect organic fed meat from cows or something like that, what is very expensive in Germany. Even if you give him that, it's the same. Like, you can send your kid to McDonald's if you want to. It's no different as giving him this $20 steak. There's no difference between these two. No at all. Not at all. Like, he's going to have the same sicknesses, the same diseases if you send him right away to McDonald's and not spend the $20. So save your money on that. And so, yeah. It's always the meat and the dairy and the cheese and the butter and all this kinds of stuff that breaks your body down. And it doesn't matter where you get it from. Like, if you go to a gourmet temple and buy there your food, and you're going to have the same problems as if you go to McDonald's. There's no difference. I know a lot of gourmet cooks that are 5-star cooks and darn sick because they're 40 years old and they ate the whole time this food, and it was gourmet 5-star rich whatever food, and they're still crap. They're still their health is in the gutter and the crap. They're totally sick, and some need a liver transplant, some need something like that, and they were gourmet. They weren't alcoholics or something like that. They just ate the wrong foods. They used the wrong oils. They used the wrong things, butter and that kind of stuff. And even gourmets will even use more butter and even use more animal fats and that kind of stuff to because they do have this wrong knowledge that it transports the flavor better and that kind of stuff. And if you want to have that effect, just put a little tiny bit of soy lecithin in it, and it has exactly the same effect and even more. So that is what raw are. Not, I don't know why I always say raw, because I'm watching so much raw vegan foods right now. So subscribe, like, and bye till next time. Bye. 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 Bye.